Good morning, children. Welcome back to a new term. Today we are going to do term 2, lesson 1 in history for class 7, Vijayanagar and Bahmani kingdoms. Come children, let us see what is there. Children, what are we going to learn in this unit? We are going to know the circumstances that led to the rise and expansion of Vijayanagar and Bahmani kingdoms. To familiarize ourselves with the administration, military organization and the economic life during the time of their reign, and to know about the contributions of Vijayanagar and Bahmani rulers to literature, art and architecture. Let me give you an introduction about the Vijayanagara Empire. The Vijayanagara Empire was based in the Deccan Plateau region in South India. It was established by the brothers Harihara I and Bukkaraya I of the Sangama dynasty in the year 1336. They were the members of the pastoralist cowherd community that claimed the Yadava lineage. It was founded in 1336 in the rebellions against the Tughlaq rule in the Deccan, and it lasted for more than 2 centuries as the dominant power in South India. The founders Harihara and Bukka were the 2 of the 5 brothers of the Sangama dynasty. Krishnadevaraya was the most famous king of the Vijayanagar Empire. With this, let us see the introduction. Children, the political condition of India in the 14th century provided great opportunities for the rise of new kingdoms in the south. And it was due to the repressive measures of the temperamental Muslim king Muhammad bin Tughlaq led to the rise of many new independent states. Learn the word temperamental, T-E-M-P-E-R-A-M-E-N-T-A-L, temperamental. Temperamental is a person who is liable to unreasonable changes of mood. That means very emotional or excitable person. You learned in the first term about the Tughlaq dynasty and Muhammad bin Tughlaq, how he reversed his decision of moving the capital and so on. So these measures, the repressive measures of a king who was very temperamental, led to the rise of the new independent states. In the south, Vijayanagar and Gulbarga or Bahmani emerged as 2 great kingdoms. So that led to the rise of 2 kingdoms. One was Vijayanagar, other one was Bahmani or Gulbarga. Children, Vijayanagar Empire was located on the banks of the Tungabhadra river, and it spread over a large area which includes the central Karnataka close to the Andhra Pradesh border. The Bahmani kingdom spread all over the Maharashtra region and partly over Karnataka. Ruled by 18 monarchs, it lasted for nearly 180 years. So, the dynasties lasted for 180 years and it was ruled by 18 monarchs. In the picture you can see the extent of the Vijayanagara Empire as well as the Bahmani kingdom. Children, early in the 16th century, it collapsed and split into 5 sultanates, that is Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Golconda, Bidar and Berar. Which are the 5? Bijapur, B-I-J-A-P-U-R, Bijapur, Ahmednagar, A-H-M-E-D-N-A-G-A-R, Ahmednagar, Golconda, G-O-L-C-O-N-D-A, Golconda, and Bidar, B-I-D-A-R, Bidar, Berar, B-E-R-A-R. So it was split into 5 sultanates. The state of Vijayanagar continued to flourish for nearly 200 years. Ultimately, Vijayanagar's wealth and prosperity induced the Muslim Deccan kingdoms to launch a combined war against it. In 1565, the Battle of Talikota, finally they could succeed in crushing the Vijayanagar Empire. Children, the Battle of Talikota was a watershed battle fought between the Vijayanagara Empire and the alliance of the Deccan Sultanates, who united in order to defeat the Aliya Rama Raya. The Muslim Sultanate alliance were of Bijapur, Bidar, Ahmednagar and Golconda. It was fought on January 23rd, 1565 at a site southeast of Bijapur, which is present-day northern Karnataka. Children, now we will see the foundation of the Vijayanagar Empire. It was founded in 1336 in the wake of the rebellions against the Tughlaq rule in the Deccan. It lasted for more than 2 centuries as the dominant power in South India. The kingdom of Vijayanagar was founded by Harihara and Bukka, 2 of 5 brothers of Sangama, who served in the administrations of both Kakatiya and Kampili before those kingdoms were conquered by the armies of the Delhi Sultanate in 1320s. They were converted to Islam and they returned to Deccan as governors of Kampili for the Sultanate, with the hope that they would be able to deal with the many local revolts and invasions by the neighboring Hindu kings. They founded the Vijayanagara Empire in 1336 to rescue the Hinduism and its culture, and it is called as a Swarna Yuga in the Indian history. According to one tradition, Vidyaranya, what is the name? Vidyaranya, 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 head of the Saivite Sringeri Mud, instructed them to abandon their services to the Tughlaqs and rescue the country from the Muslim authority. So they were instructed by the Saivite Sringeri Mud to abandon their services of the Tughlaqs. The new kingdom was called Vidyanagara, Vidyanagara, Vidyanagara. It was called Vidyanagara for a time in honor of the spiritual leader Vidyaranya, before it came to be called as Vijayanagara, or the city of victory. It was called Vidyanagara for a time. It was in honor of the spiritual teacher Vidyaranya, and later on it was called as Vijayanagara. 4 dynasties, children, namely Sangama, Saluva, Tuluva, Aravidu. Sangama, S-A-N-G-A-M-A, Sangama from 1336 to 1485. Saluva, S-A-L-U-V-A, Saluva 1485 to 1505. Tuluva, T-U-L-U-V-A, Tuluva 1505 to 1570. And Aravidu 1570 to 1646. A-R-A-V-I-D-U, Aravidu ruled this kingdom. So this kingdom was ruled by 4 dynasties, namely Sangama, Saluva, Tuluva and Aravidu. Children, always the fertile regions of river banks are an area of conflict. So was the river banks of Krishna and Tungabhadra, as well as Krishna and Godavari. The fertile regions between the rivers Krishna and Tungabhadra, you can see that in the map, and Krishna Godavari Delta were the zones of conflict among the rulers of Vijayanagar, Bahmani and Odisha. So they were having a constant conflict between the rulers over the fertile regions of the delta as well as the river banks of Krishna and Tungabhadra. Children, the brothers Bukka and Harihara took ownership of the land and laid the rudimentary, that is a basic foundation for the Vijayanagara Empire. Harihara, the elder of the two, assumed the title of chieftain and acquired a large tracts of land as far north as the areas of Konkan and Malabar coast. He pacified the Sultan of Madurai and killed the last king of Hoysala Empire. His younger brother took over after his death, and his military exploits helped expand the Vijayanagara Empire and solidify its place. It was his decision to change the capital to Vijayanagara, which was geographically well positioned to repel the constant northern attacks of Muslim armies. These brothers are referred to as chieftains in ancient manuscripts and inscriptions. So it was the valor of the first two brothers, Harihara and Bukka, of the Sangama dynasty that protected the new kingdom from the superior forces of Bahmani Sultanate, which had been established about a decade after the foundation of the Vijayanagara. You can see the Bahmani Sultanate and the Vijayanagara in the map, as well as the Bahmani Sultanate's structure in the picture. Children, Bukka's son Kumara Kampana, an able general of Vijayanagara Empire, invaded and crushed the Sultanate of Madurai that had been established by the rebelling viceroy of Madurai, Jalaluddin Ashan Ghanand. Kumara Kampana restored Dharma to the land, freeing the holy temples of Sri Rangam and Madurai from the Turks. This conquest was detailed in the text Madura Vijayam, written by the wife of Kampana, Ganga Devi. Ganga Devi wrote Madura Vijayam in Sanskrit poetry. The book gives a details of her husband's expedition and the condition of Madurai. Her reports was like a modern day war correspondent in the war front. Ganga Devi was able to do it 700 years ago. She is considered as the first historian of South India, like Kalhana of the Rajatarangini in North India. Children, Bukka's son Kumara Kampana ended the Sultanate of Madurai and succeeded in establishing Naik kingdom there. The conquest of Madurai Sultanate by the Vijayanagara Empire is described in detail in the poem Madurai Vijayam, composed by Kumara Kampana's wife Ganga Devi. Children, now we will learn about the end of the Sangama dynasty. That is, when King Bukka died, he had left behind a large territory to his son Harihara II to rule. He was very impressive achievement in securing the Belgaum and Goa from the Bahmani kingdom. Children, Harihara II extended his kingdom by fighting against the Reddis and also conquesting the territories between the peninsula to the south of the river Krishna. He extended his control into the northwest, controlling such ports as Goa, Chaul, as well as Belgaum. Harihara's son Devaraya I defeated the Gajapati kings of Odisha. The Gajapati king or kingdom originated in the region of in the district of present-day Odisha, and an empire stretching from the lower Ganga in the north to the Kaveri in the south. And Harihara's son Devaraya was able to defeat them. His successor Devaraya II was the greatest ruler of the Sangama dynasty. It was he who began the practice of recruiting Muslim fighters to serve him and to train him in the new methods of warfare. Children, Devaraya II was an emperor of the Vijayanagara Empire. He was the greatest of the Sangama dynasty rulers. He was an able administrator, warrior, and a scholar. He authored books in Kannada language as well as in Sanskrit. Now we will see the rise of the Saluva dynasty. After Devaraya II, the Vijayanagara Empire went through a crisis. Children, the able commander of the Vijayanagara army, Saluva Narasimha, making use of the situation, declared himself the emperor after murdering the last ruler of the Sangama dynasty, Viruprakash Raya II. Viduprakasha was faced with rebellions of nobles and officers, then multiple enemies who began to invade the weakened kingdom. He lost the Konkan coast, that is Goa, and he was murdered by his own son. Children, the Saluva dynasty founded by the Saluva Narasimha came to an end with his death. His general seized power and it led to the Tuluva dynasty. The general was Narasa Nayaka. Tuluva was the third ruling dynasty of the Vijayanagara Empire. Tuluva Narasa Nayaka, a powerful warlord from the Tulu-speaking region. His son Narasimha Nayaka arranged for the assassination of the Narasimha Raya II, bringing an end to the rule of the Saluva dynasty. The dynasty was at its zenith during the rule of Krishna Deva Raya, the second son of Tuluva Narasa Nayaka. The original home of the dynasty was the Tulu-speaking region. An epigraph in Sanskrit on the eastern wall of the Tirumala temple describes the genealogy of Krishna Deva Raya. Krishna Deva Raya, a Tulu speaker himself, was noted to be linguistically neutral as he ruled a multilingual empire. Children, now we will learn about the end of the Saluva dynasty and the rise of the Tuluva dynasty. The Suluva dynasty, founded by the Suluva Narasimha, came to an end with his death. When Naras Nayaka, his able general, seized the power, it ushered in the Tuluva dynasty. Krishna Deva Raya, who reigned for 20 years, was a most illustrious ruler of the Tuluva dynasty. Children, Tuluva Narasa Nayaka was a commander in the Vijayanagara Empire. After the death of the king Saluva Narasimha, Crown Prince Timma Bhupala was murdered by an army commander. The faithful Narasa Nayaka then crowned the other prince Narasimha Raya II, but retained all administrative powers in order to bring stability to the kingdom. He successfully kept the Bahmani Sultans and the Gajapatis away from the kingdom and quelled many rebellions by unfaithful chieftains trying to exert their independence. Children, Krishna Deva Raya was an emperor of the Vijayanagara Empire who ruled from 1509 to 1529. He is the third ruler of the Tuluva dynasty. Presiding over the empire at its height, he is regarded as an icon. He was a dominant ruler of the peninsula by defeating the sultans of Bijapur, Golconda, Bahmani Sultanate and Gajapatis of Odisha. And he was one of the most powerful Hindu rulers in India. Not only he was an able administrator but an excellent general, leading from the front in battle. He was known to change battle plans abruptly and turn a losing battle into victory. We will learn more about him now. Children, Krishna Deva Raya, first step after ascending the throne was to bring under control the independent chieftains in the Tungabhadra river basin. He was successful in that. After succeeding in this effort, his next main target was Gulbarga. The Bahmani Sultan Mahmud Shah had been overthrown and kept in imprisonment by his minister. Krishna Deva Raya was able to free the Sultan and restore him to the throne. Similarly, he forced a war on Prataparudra, the Gajapati ruler of Odisha. Prataparudra surrendered to Vijayanagara Empire and gave his daughter Princess Jagan Mohini in marriage to Krishna Deva Raya. Krishna Deva Raya returned all the land that the Vijayanagara Empire captured to the north of the Krishna River and made Krishna River boundary between the Vijayanagar and the Gajapati kingdom. Prataparudra negotiated for peace and offered to marry off his daughter to him. Accepting the offer, Krishna Deva Raya returned the territory he had conquered from Prataparudra. Krishna Deva Raya also had established friendly relationships with the Portuguese, who set up the Portuguese dominion of India in Goa. The emperor obtained guns and Arabian horses from the Portuguese merchants. He also utilized the Portuguese expertise in improving water supply to Vijayanagara city. Krishnadevaraya, with the assistance of the Portuguese gunners, could easily defeat the Sultan of Golconda and subsequently take over Raichur from the ruler of Bijapur. Children, the Battle of Raichur, fought between the Vijayanagar Empire and the Sultan of Bijapur in the town of Raichur, it resulted in the decisive victory of the Vijayanagar forces, and the Bijapur ruler was defeated and pushed across the river Krishna. This battle had far-reaching effects. It weakened the power and prestige of the Adisha and got the rulers to make alliance with the other Deccan sultanates to take on the Vijayanagara Empire, which culminated in the defeat of the Vijayanagara Empire at the Battle of Talikota. It is said that the Krishnadevaraya had an infantry force consisting of over 7 lakh soldiers. It used fire weapons to help conquer the fortress. Even though the Bijapur Sultanate had superior fire powers, they lost the war. Krishnadevaraya was very resourceful in saving the water. He had constructed tanks at the foothills of 2 rivers so that they could collect the water from the rivers. He gave great importance on developing the irrigation facilities for agricultural improvements, as he knew the prosperity of a kingdom depended on the fertility of the soil. There were 3 types of irrigational facilities adopted: storage comprised of tanks, river works comprising canals and diversion dams, and lift works constituting wells. So children, Krishnadevaraya built huge irrigation tanks and reservoirs for harvesting the rainwater. Not only harvesting rainwater, he built the famous temple of Krishnaswamy, Hazara Ramaswamy and Vithalaswamy in the capital city of Hampi. The Krishnaswamy temple was built in honor of winning the battle and subsequent annexure of the Utkala or the eastern region of Udayagiri. This place is currently known as Odisha. The temple is known for its exquisite carvings and elegant architectural designs. The temple has epics inscribed on the tower walls. The Hazara Ramaswamy temple is dedicated to the Lord Rama. It has panels depicting the story of the epic Ramayana. There are procession of horses, elephants, attendants, soldiers and dancing women taking part in the Dasra festival rally at that time. The Vithala temple in Hampi is an architectural wonder. It is known for its exceptional architecture and unmatched craftsmanship. It is considered to be one of the largest and the most famous structures in Hampi. The iconic temple has amazing stone structures like incomparable stone chariot and fascinating musical pillars. Krishnadevaraya was a great builder, and he recruited a large army and built many strong forts. He imported large number of horses from Arabia and Iran, which came in ships to Vijayanagar port on the west coast. He had good friendly relationship with the Portuguese and the Arabian traders, which increased the empire's income through customs. After establishing friendly relationship with Portuguese, he obtained guns and Arabian horses from them. He utilized their expertise in improving the water supply to the city of Vijayanagar. Children, Krishnadevaraya's rule witnessed productive literature in languages like Telugu, Sanskrit, Kannada and Tamil. His rule was known as the golden age of Telugu literature. The king was fluent in many languages, including his mother tongue Tulu. He patronized Kannada poets like Mallaranya. The Ashtadigvajas is a collective title given to the 8 Telugu scholars and poets in the court of Emperor Krishnadevaraya. Ashtadiggaja means elephants in 8 directions. It refers to the old Hindu belief that 8 elephants hold the earth in 8 directions, which are Airavata, Vamana, etc. The prominent one among the Ashtadigvajas was the Allasani Pedanna. He was a Telugu poet and ranked as a foremost of the Ashtadigvajas, the title for the group of 8 poets in the court of Krishnadevaraya. He is considered as the grandfather of the Telugu poetry. It is said that the emperor himself lifted and bore the weight of the palanquin in which the Pedanna was seated. He was bestowed with Kanagabhishekam by the king. He was the only poet who had the privilege of mounting the royal elephant. Another important figure is the Tenali Ramakrishna or Pandit Ramakrishna or Tenali Rama, who was a poet, scholar, thinker and a special advisor in the court of Krishnadevaraya. He was a Telugu poet who hailed from Andhra Pradesh region. He is known for his wit and humor. You would have read his stories. He was a great scholar who knew languages which included Kannada, Hindi, Malayalam, Telugu, Marathi and Tamil. So children, Krishnadevaraya patronized art and literature. He was a very keen follower of art and literature. 8 eminent luminaries in literature known as Ashtadiggajas adorned his court. Learn the spelling Ashtadiggajas. Astadiggajas. Ashtadiggajas. Allasani Pedanna was the greatest of them all. Allasani Peddana. Another notable figure was Tenali Ramakrishna. Children, before we wind up, let us have a recap of what we learned in this session. We learned about the foundation of the Vijayanagara Empire. The political condition of India in the 14th century provided a great opportunities for the rise of new kingdoms in the south. Like the Vijayanagar and Gulbarga or Bahmani emerged as the 2 great kingdoms. The Bahmani kingdom spread all over Maharashtra region and partly over the Karnataka. It lasted for nearly 180 years. In the 16th century, it collapsed and split into 5 sultanates: Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Golconda, Bidar and Berar. The state of Vijayanagar continued to flourish for nearly 200 years. Ultimately, Vijayanagar's wealth and prosperity induced the Muslim Deccan kingdoms to launch a combined war against it. The Battle of Talikota, held in 1565, succeeded in crushing the Vijayanagar Empire. The Vijayanagara or the city of victory was established in southern Karnataka by 2 brothers of 5 named Harihara and Bukka. It was ruled by 4 dynasties: Sangama, Suluva, Tuluva and Aravidu. The fertile regions between the rivers of Krishna and Tungabhadra, as well as Krishna and Godavari Delta, were the zones of conflicts among the Vijayanagar, Bahmani and Odisha. It was the valor of the 2 brothers, Harihara and Bukka of the Sangama dynasty, protected the new kingdom from the superior forces of Bahmani Sultanate, which had been established about a decade after the foundation of Vijayanagara. When King Bukka died, he had left behind a large territory to his son Harihara II to rule. His impressive achievements was securing Belgaum and Goa from the Bahmani kingdom. Harihara's son Devaraya I defeated Gajapati, king of Odisha. His successor Devaraya II was the greatest ruler of the Sangama dynasty. After his death, Vijayanagar Empire went through a crisis. The able commander of the Vijayanagar army, Saluva Narasimha, making use of the situation, declared himself the emperor after murdering the last ruler of the Sangama dynasty, Viruprakasha Raya II. But the Saluva dynasty founded by Saluva Narasimha came to an end with his death. When Narasanayaka, his able general, seized power, it ushered in the Tuluva dynasty. Krishnadevaraya reigned 20 years, was a most illustrious ruler of the dynasty. He was able to bring control the independent chieftains in the Tungabhadra river basin. His target was the Gulbarga. The Bahmani Sultan Mahmud Shah was overthrown and kept in imprisonment by his minister. Krishnadevaraya was able to free him. He forced a war on Prataparudra, the Gajapati ruler of Odisha. He negotiated peace and offered to marry off his daughter to him. Krishnadevaraya, with the assistance of the Portuguese gunners, could easily defeat the Sultan of Golconda and take over Raichur from the ruler of Bijapur. He was a great builder. He built huge irrigation tanks and reservoirs for harvesting rainwater. He built famous temples of Krishnaswamy, Hazara Ramaswamy and Vithalasamy in the capital city of Hampi. He imported large number of horses from Arabia and Iran, which came in ships to Vijayanagar ports on the west coast. He had good relationship with the Portuguese and Arabian traders, and his income increased through customs. He was a great patron of art and literature. The Ashtadigvajas adorned his court. The Alasani Peddana was the greatest of them all, another notable figure being the Tenali Ramakrishna. Children, in the next session we will discuss about the Battle of Talikota and the decline of the Vijayanagar Empire. It is worksheet time. Please copy the questions for the worksheet in a rough paper, learn it well and write it as home test and WhatsApp me the answers. Roman number 1. Choose the correct answer. Who was the greatest ruler of Sangama dynasty? Who was the greatest ruler of Sangama dynasty? Options are Bukka, Devaraya II, Harihara II, Krishnadevaraya. Question number 2. Which was the most common animal depicted on the pillars of Vijayanagara style? Which was the most common animal depicted on the pillars of Vijayanagara style? Options are elephant, horse, cow, deer. Question number 3. Who was the last ruler of the Sangama dynasty? Who was the last ruler of Sangama dynasty? Options are Ramaraya, Tirumala Devaraya, Devaraya II, Viruprakasharaya II. Roman number 2. True or false? Harihara and Bukka were the founder of Bahmani kingdom. Harihara and Bukka were the founder of Bahmani kingdom. Question number 2. Krishnadevaraya, who reigned for 20 years, was the most illustrious ruler of Sangama dynasty. Krishnadevaraya, who reigned for 20 years, was the most illustrious ruler of Sangama dynasty. With that, we wind up today's session, my dear children. Thank you for watching the class. For more videos and solutions of book back exercises, please visit and subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you. Stay blessed.